Good morning again. Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is abusive language in advertising and communication in general. If you know what I mean, people sometimes use emotionally charged language that, if you look at the logic behind it, sometimes there is none, or it is deceptive in some way and relies entirely or over relies on the emotional charge of the language itself to gain leverage and influence, to compel people to do things and think certain ways. So, for example, I'm going to give an example. I just saw a meme, which is a type of advertisements. You know what a meme is? It's a graphic with text, usually going around with an idea or a statement of some kind. And I saw one just now that had a picture of a man's face looking very stern and solemn, with extra shading and emphasis on his solemnity, I guess would be the word. And the text in the meme said that his clients are still free to abuse children without fear of consequences. That was all the text in the meme. All right, so hang on, let's take this apart. I just want to look at this thing for a second. We are led to believe that this man is a lawyer, or the person pictured is a lawyer, and I believe it's probably a stock photo. I don't think this is even a human being that works in law. That's my feeling about the picture, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But the point is that you could just as easily say that people in general are free to abuse people without fear of consequences in any capacity. Like, you know, you could pick up a kitchen utensil or a gardening utensil and abuse somebody without fear of consequences on the same token, if you think about it. So without fear of consequences is kind of the main point, but people are free to do things. What's the call to action here? I want to look at this subjectively. What is the call to action? Is it that people should not be free? Is it that we should remove all vectors and all possibilities for people to abuse each other? I'm not even sure what they're trying to say exactly, because you can pick up a garden tool. You can abuse children. You can, swing a toaster around by its cord. You're literally able to do that right now, but you don't. Why? Because it would be ridiculous. It would be frowned upon, and it would immediately yield consequences of one kind or another, just as abusing children will also yield consequences of some kind or another. There's no difference. If you act badly, if you hurt people, if you are doing things without consent and damaging property or people themselves, that's a crime. That's an actual crime. That is almost the definition. As far as I'm concerned, that's the definition of a crime. Non-consensual damage is the definition of any crime. So my point in this video is that people abuse language and symbols. They invoke emotionally charged words like pedophile, like rapist, thieves. I mean, these are emotionally charged words. And yes, I use these words too, but I also have a message and logic, hopefully, behind every single thing I say. The words themselves aren't the problem. It's when the logic is absent or misleading. And the words, the overly charged words, are used just to invoke that emotional response. There has to be some kind of sense to be made from it, or it's an abuse itself. It's called fear-mongering, among other things. So turns out, and this is going to be a summary of hopefully this idea. In conclusion, it's really easy to rile people up. It's really easy to get people upset and excited about things that they're likely to be sensitive about, that they're likely to be traumatized about already, because it's a common thing. Child abuse is instinctive. Like we recognize it because people are programmed for millions of years of evolution to care about their children. This isn't a mystery. And to just make things that are inflammatory with no clear call to action or logic behind them, that's not helpful. You're not helping anybody. You're just getting views. And unfortunately, a lot of people just want the views. They want some kind of traction so that they can get their 15 minutes. And the net effect is really the problem. The net effect is not helpful or positive when people get paranoid and upset for no reason. Consider that things might not be your business, first of all. That not every interaction between an adult and a child is necessarily an abuse. Okay? You're allowed to smile at people, for example, if your intention is benign. You're allowed to shake hands with a child if your intention is benign and the effect is good. The intention and the effect are the thing itself. I'm going to say that again. It's not what you do, it's the intention and the actual output, the effect that it has. These define the thing in the middle every time. And this is the part that people just can't seem to understand. They keep focusing on the snapshot, the instant event taken out of context, and we're trying to assign some universal, unilateral meaning to it, like it can possibly have a consistent meaning from one circumstance to the next, from one person and situation to the next. It can't. Okay, you have to look at the big picture. You have to look at the reason, the motive for it, and the effect that it had. Those are the only things that matter. Okay, so while you're out there, burning pedophiles at the stake, because that's what we're doing now. We're on a witch hunt to find every pedophile, whoever can possibly fit the symbol, right? And we're just going to publicly blast them on social media, get them arrested, make it look like they killed themselves, and you probably know who I'm referring to. Did that happen? I don't know. Shoot, I don't have the data, and that's my point. I wasn't there, and it's none of my business until it's involving someone I know and care about directly. If it's someone within my sphere of influence, then it warrants my concern and my energy. Everything else is a waste of my time and cannot possibly help anybody. Worry about your family first. Worry about yourself and your family and your community, not some anthill in Peru, if you know what's good for you. Have a great day and reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.